Star City Games Seattle. Our top 8 is pretty diverse. I think we have 7 archetypes, 8 if you count the different colors of Reanimator. So we've got quite the healthy metagame, and we have some spicy choices. We're going to start things off with the #1 overall seed, Tyler Gardner. He's got Esper Aggro. It's basically like 70 to 75% of the blue-white flash deck, but he's running Geist of St. Traft, and that's being backed up also by Lingering Souls. So he's got Lingering Souls for his Runechanter's Pike. He's also got Ultimate Price for additional black. He also is running 1 Rootborn Defenses, which is pretty good with Geist of St. Traft. I'm a big fan of that card and that choice. He's very heavy on Vault of the Archangel. He's got 3 in his deck to make even more use of his the extra Moorland Haunt and all of his 1/1s. He's going to be up against Toby Kane. We saw Toby Kane on camera a couple rounds ago. He is running a Junk Reanimator list with Lotleth Trolls as one of the discard outlets, one of the Thragtusk Angel of Serenity decks. He is also running Lingering Souls of his own, although only 2, and also Abrupt Decays. I tend to think that this matchup is going to favor Tyler because not only he's on the play with a more aggressive deck, it also has counterspells to be able to slow down Toby, but 1 or 2 counterspells is probably going to be enough to hold Toby off. And so I'm going to go ahead and pick Tyler to win that one. That is going to be our Karn match. The match that you're going to watch on camera is Evan Rice and Brian Bennett. Evan Rice is a blue-white humans list, fairly stock blue-white humans list if you are familiar with the deck. He is running War Falcons. He is not running Dryad Militant because it's not a human. And he's also running the full 4 Sublime Archangels. And he is going up against Brian Bennett, who has a traditional black, green, red Jund control deck. He is running 4 Vampire Nighthawks and 2 Desecration Demons. So he's going to be able to hold off the flying army that Evan would normally be able to amass with Liev Skyknight and Sublime Archangel and War Falcon. He's also got 2 main deck Abrupt Decays, which are going to be very good against Evan's deck. Evan's deck, very similar to the Saito list that we saw earlier this month. Brian's is a very stock list. Who's on the play here? Brian, the Jund player, is going to be on the play. He's got 3 Bonfire of the Damned in the sideboard. That's probably going to be very good. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put the edge in Brian's favor, although I'd really like to see the blue-white aggro deck do well, because I love that deck. He does have 4 Thalias, so you can always just get locked out by Thalia in the Jund deck, because you need your Farseeks. The next match is J.R. Wade, who's starting work at Wizards soon. He is playing a 4-color Reanimator deck, or Frights. He's got Huntmaster of the Fells in the main deck, as well as Centaur Healers to support his reanimation strategy. Yet another Angel of Serenity Thragtusk deck. He is going up against Derek Boyko, who is running a black-green zombies list, one of the decks that we anticipated to do really well at the start of the metagame. We haven't really seen it pan out like that. It top-8'd the 2 of the first 3 opens, I think. This is its 3rd or 4th top 8 on the series. So respectable finishes by black-green zombies, but not the finishes you were probably expecting. He's got the Diregraph Ghouls and the Grave Crawlers that you expect, and then also has a lot of not just zombies, but also a lot of vampires in Bloodthrone Vampire and Blood Artist. Looking at the sideboards, not a ton of things that are real interesting, although Derek has Deathrite Shamans and Vile Rebirth for JR's reanimation strategy, but as we saw earlier on camera, JR doesn't really have to. He just casts his guys later after sideboard once people have the hate. I'm going to give the edge to JR here, even though he's on the draw. He's got a lot of game against these aggro decks because he's got Centaur Healer and Craterhoof Behemoth. Then out of the sideboard, he's got more Centaur Healers and Deadweight, so he can hold off the aggressive decks. Derek does not have much in the way of burn. All he really has is 1 Killing Wave. So I'm going to give the slight edge to JR. Our last match is Jacob Thiessen and Christopher Morris Lent. Jacob we saw on camera a couple times. He's got a traditional Bant control list, the only real difference being he's cut down on Azorius Charms and added Selesnya Charms, which I think is a pretty solid choice. He is up against Christopher Morris Lent, who's playing the mono-red aggro deck that the Travis Wu Corbett Gray team was championing earlier. He's got the Hellion Crucibles. He's got pretty much the same numbers. He only has 3 Thundermaw Hellkites and only 3 Gorehouse Chainwalkers to make room for 2 main deck Flames of the Firebrand, which are not going to be particularly relevant against Jacob. Jacob's the 7 seed here against an aggressive deck, but I think that he's probably got enough game to be able to outlast him, and then after sideboard, he gets another Supreme Verdict. So I'm going to give the slight edge to Jacob there, but that's definitely one that I could be dead wrong on because the red deck can just come out of nowhere and just beat the crap out of you. So we're going to give you guys Evan Rice and Brian Bennett with Blue White Humans and Jund. And yeah, stay tuned for the top 8 with Patrick Sullivan and Cedric Phillips.